The Ogfb podcast. I'm Mike.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Junior.
This is Steven. With the early morning maniacal madness.
It's nighttime now.
We're in the nighttime.
So this is our first podcast for the channel. We're gonna do one podcast
made on a pretty magnificent drunken decision. So we'll see how long this lasts. It's a good time.
It was on a whim. That would be the appropriate way to word it.
We're still gonna do the gaming stuff, but I mean, throw a podcast in there once in a while.
Yeah. So the theme of this podcast, because we figured let's not be totally asinine and just have nothing to talk about. Yeah. So the theme of this podcast is first, but we have no idea what first we're going to talk about.
We're just going to talk about.
So that's going to be totally ad-libbed.
We could do.
When's the first time you saw someone other than yourself using the restroom?
Oh, Steven, that might be birth.
I got plenty of restroom stories. I mean, we could do family-wise. We could do. There's no sanctity in the use of the restroom in my family. Everybody's in there at once. Shower, toilet.
This is kind of why I brought this.
Sink usage as well as mirror usage. Everything's being occupied.
Literally,
basically what he's saying is, in his household, one person could be using the facilities, one person could be shaving, and another could be in the shower in one 6x6 bathroom.
Yeah, all at the same time.
6x6 if lucky. It's a magnificent tribute to the American pastime of no boundaries at all.
How about this one? Speaking of bathrooms, have you ever gotten stage fright whilst in the bathroom?
No, I do have it.
Not been able to.
So no.
Do your business. Shit, piss, anything.
I don't think that's ever happened to me. But I had a story where I don't like when people talk to me while I'm pissing at the urinal.
Because who does?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't mind it at all.
No, so this dude.
Anyway.
So this dude came up to me. So I walk into the bathroom and a bunch of bros are taking pictures with each other in the bathroom, and I'm like, what? Okay. Walking past them, and I go to take a piss, and the guy walks in behind me. He's like, look at these guys. What are they? And he's like bumping me, like taking pictures in the bathroom, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like just like trying not to like listen to this guy, and I'm sitting there, I'm pissing, and he turns to me, he goes,
wait, whoa. Repeat what you just said?
I'm standing there, I'm pissing, sorry.
Okay.
And he turns to me, he goes, yo, like, who's your favorite rapper? And I'm like,
dude, this is a good conversation though.
But like at the urinal, I don't want to talk with him at the urinal. My man literally looked at me and was like,
who debates top fives while the other man's got a prick in his hand?
Yeah, literally. And I was like, if I had to pick right now, like I have like, if I want to listen to a good rapper right now, I listen to J. Cole, but all time is.
So you answered. So you indulged.
But like I was just like, yeah, J. Cole or Eminem, and he's like, what? Nas, dog, and I'm like, nah, Nas is a pussy, and I like walk away because I don't want to hear it.
Thanks to the ruthless upbringing, I can't say that would be an issue with me ever. Literally be like, yo, dog, who's your favorite rapper? And I would spin that question back on him and be like, really? Give me your top five.
Well, Steven,
I would be so comfortable. I probably would not conclude the conversation. I would just continue it at the urinal.
Steve,
like,
you have a good story.
Respective stalls.
You have a great bathroom story.
Which one, dude?
You definitely know what I'm talking about.
Which one?
We're talking about the kid in the stall next to you.
Kid in the stall next to me. Well, jerking off, man.
You can't just start it off like that.
Well, it's already been started. It's unbelievable, man. People, I mean, I thought I had no sanctity. It was really unbelievable.
Don't say the guy's name.
There's an individual that I was in this specific stall with who had gone in after me. And I was sitting there doing my business, taking my time, because we all know in this generation that your shit would take a lot less time if you didn't have a cell phone. Because you just sit and, like, bullshit while you shit. And so I'm sitting there, taking way too long. Maybe if I had my phone, I would have gotten out early enough. But this gentleman comes in, sits down. I knew who he was thanks to his shoes, because I complimented his shoes earlier in the day. So therefore, he begins to do his deed, and that's fine. I wasn't paying attention until I heard a slapping. Loud slapping. And I was outraged. I was like, no way. And now, like, my present self would be like, wow, I would totally, like, screw with this guy and be, like, making noise and making him feel totally uncomfortable. But I was
went stone cold, right?
I was completely silent. I didn't even move my feet.
Did you lift your feet?
I didn't even lift them, dude. I didn't move them, lift them. I was a deer in headlights. And I have experiences with the deers and headlights as well. Deer, excuse me. And he essentially just continued to do his business, and then he made noises and shit, and then
he made noises.
Like
right.
So now, yeah, like he was overwhelmed by the experience. It was a grunt. It was like a deep, dark breath of a grunt.
Oh my god!
And then he continues and concludes, and then I'm like, all right, I'm definitely not gonna get out of this stall until he leaves, right? So now it continues again, but this time it drops on the floor.
How many times did he actually jerk off?
Dos tiempos.
Dos? I thought it was more than that.
No, it was dos. Dos was enough.
Dos is enough.
Yeah, no. In a row?
Dude, uno was enough.
Dude, I could barely do that in a day.
Uno was enough for uno tiempo. I could not do that like... This guy must have been a superhero. Like, unbelievable. Because then it went on the floor and I was about to vomit. Like I said, this evening we were having a conversation with some mutual friends of ours, and I was saying I don't really ever get gaggy, but like I was on the way. Like this evening I was talking about how I had a stone in my throat. This other instant, it was pretty similar to that. And he had, thank God, wiped it up, but after he got out of the stall. Got the brown paper, like the classic brown paper in the stall. You punch out. He then proceeded to pick it up, and I'm like, I'm going to wait in here for a solid 20 seconds at least before he leaves the hallway.
But my question is, like,
outrageous.
My man knew you were in the stall next to him.
So I don't know. That's debatable.
But you could see your shoes. You could see someone's shoes from the bottom.
But maybe he wasn't looking. Maybe he didn't care.
He was just in the zone.
I think maybe he didn't care.
He was just like, I'm going to get my nut in.
I'm pretty sure that when I complimented his shoes, he complimented mine. I'm pretty sure we shared a mutual appreciation.
At that point, he was like, I'm going to get my nut and like just go in there.
Vomit. Horrific.
Was there the option to go into a stall that was not next to you?
Oh, certainly.
So there was like 5 stalls.
Yes, easily 5. Yep, and maybe 1 urinal, which is odd because typically it's like 2 stalls and like maybe like the rest were urinals. But this is like an overwhelming amount of stalls.
And he chose the one
next to you.
Yeah, man.
So he had to know.
And maybe he was in love with
me. Maybe he thought it was like messing with you. Like he's like, but he's like kind of weird where it was like just a joke to him. Like he didn't want to tell you that it was a joke.
I had no coyones to go and like pound them.
What if it was like hand sanitizer? Like or something, not hand sanitizer, but like soap.
Yeah, like he was just fucking with you, man.
No way. He was slapping hard.
He could have just been slapping his leg.
He was making up the slapping. And I'll tell you what, dude. I've done the same shit in the weirdest of places, but definitely not next to a man in like a dorm bathroom. No shot.
Yeah, but my man, you did it once in a restaurant.
Yep.
Like you said, you had blue balls.
And I've done it at various jobs. I've never gotten blue balls in a restaurant while trying to jerk off.
No. You said you had gotten blue balls before from that girl.
Yeah, from that girl.
I'm preparing for a career.
Well. All right, yeah.
Hey, that's fine. No last names is cool. We're synonymous.
We could do.
Makes sense.
First time you've ever gotten drunk.
Oh man, that was in Brooklyn with my sister.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
you told
College.
me this story.
I had a double shot, or maybe 2 double shots of whatever, a 24-ounce beer and some sweet wine. My sister's best friend, whom I kept professing my desire to marry, and I had just met her that evening. She's still very pleasant. She's still in the picture. She was feeding me bread. I didn't vomit. It was great. Only time I've ever vomited from intoxication was when I made myself, because I wanted to last longer, which is also a theme in my life.
What about you, man?
Oh, man. I don't talk about yours because I'm trying to think of mine.
Okay. Well, mine was the night before my oldest brother's wedding. And it was like...
What was your age?
I was 16.
What year was this?
2007.
Talking about nearly a decade ago.
Nearly a decade ago.
Never looked back.
No, 2007. Yeah, because I was 16. So...
Yeah, we're talking... I was 16 too. For me, it's talking 2009.
So, like, 2007, and, like, I was 5 beers deep, and I was tripping over people. Like, I didn't know what a hangover was. And my brother was like, he's like, just put a glass of water next to you, wake up and drink the glass of water. And like I was like, it was just so weird. It was such a weird moment in my life because I've never been out of my state of normalcy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just I didn't know what to do with myself.
I can't even Jesus.
Knocking around.
I can't even pinpoint. I remember it. Like I remember the night.
Yeah.
Don't remember who I was with. Don't remember what I was doing. Don't remember what I was drinking.
Yeah.
But I remember it. I can tell you about like the most vivid time that I can remember being drunk at the earliest time was like, and this was in like the heyday of Four Loko. I had gone out to like the woods.
Never had
with
one.
Friends.
Never could
I never had it. I never like messed with it.
It's bad.
The only reason I remember is because when my father picked me up and I threw up in my mother's new car at the gas station, I was gonna make it home. I swear to God.
Did you really do this?
Oh yeah.
You never told us this.
Did they know you were obliterated?
Once I threw up, they did. Wow. So I get in the car and I'm like, we start moving. First time I'm in a car drunk. This isn't good because normally I walk home. This isn't good. But I'm like, we're right down the street. I'm going to get home. And he decides, I got to stop for gas because your mother's got work in the morning. So we stop, and it was right then. I knew I wasn't making it.
Yeah.
Threw up in the car. I didn't even have to, it came so quick, I didn't have time to open the door. Like, it literally just, boom, brand new car. I remember because, like, the mats were still new. And, like, it was like the rubber mats, though, so we were okay. But, like,
your mother wasn't there.
No, my father picked me up.
Oh.
And my father was just like, my father was like, what did you drink? And I lied my ass off and said Four Loko because I knew my mother had watched something the day before on the news about how dangerous Four Loko is, and she would feel bad for me. So I said Four Loko, and I lied. I was drunk on beer and vodka. That's just all I drink to this day.
Went to, the first time I ever got into a car drunk, went to, what's it called? A forest party with Pooch. That one time, I'll bleep that out. Whatever. So like we went to, and I thought I was a champion. I brought a bottle of Goose I stole from my brothers. I had like a whole bottle this big, and I was just taking chugs from the bottle, and all I remember was two instances. I remember partying, having a time, taking sips, and then I blacked. And then I remember another part of me just trying to pick up beer cans to help them clean, and I almost fell into the fire that they had. And then I get into the car, right, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I nearly almost fell out of the car. Pooch and like this other guy were walking, and they were walking me. I kept calling the other guy Steve, but his name was like Kevin. And I'm like, thanks, Steve. He goes, you're welcome, man, but like my name's Kevin. And I'm like, no problem, Steve. And I just kept walking. And then as soon as I got into Pooch's car, we were driving. We were on the Sawmill, and I literally like did like one of those things. I grabbed my mouth and I just spewed through my fingers. I threw up all over Pooch's car, all over Pooch's mom's car. Literally, it was the worst thing ever.
I've never vomited in a vehicle.
Never do.
Your father has, right?
My father has vomited on the side of a vehicle.
Wow.
2007 Toyota Camry. Oh, it was absurdity.
Your mom's Toyota Camry.
I remember the day it happened because he told me. Like,
yeah, dude.
Green.
He was like, "Yo, look at this."
My father wasn't really a man of the drink, but that evening, goodness Lord.
That's why it's funny because he's not a man of the drink.
He is not at all. Like he'll have.
He's an upstanding gentleman. Yeah. That night he went wild.
My brother did that once. He threw up in the crease of the window.
Oh no!
And every time he used to roll the windows down and up, you used to smell it.
Shut up, the stink.
Johnny, man, he was like I remember my favorite story was that he was in Vegas and he was playing roulette and he won big, but he was so excited that he won big that he threw up on the roulette table. So my oldest brother, gets a tap on the shoulder, and it's the security, and he's like, "Do you know this guy?" And it's my brother, just like dazed in the background. He's like, "Yeah, that's my brother." And he's like, "He can't be here anymore. He threw up on the roulette table." And he's like, "What?" He's like,
"Did he at least take his winnings?"
Yeah, they had to. You legally had to rob him of his winnings.
Is this Vegas?
Yeah, and my brother, they go outside.
And maybe they did for them to clean a table.
My brother's like, "What the hell happened?" He's like, "Look at all the money I won," and just throw it in the air. And my brother was just like, "Oh my god!"
And the night that we, I don't know, there might have been 5 of us went out on the town, had like 6 bars, had flowers in our ears and shit on hoods of cars.
Oh my god,
it's complete outrage.
That was like a song lyric right there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's a plan.
What was it? So we went out, and we met my brother out that one night, and his friend Paul shots like crazy. and they were buying everyone shots, and I was...
No, that was after.
But
we had already got nice and drunk, and I remember your brother's best friend, main man, had purchased this all alcohol that happened to be shots, and I was so fucked that I had literally lifted it up behind somebody's back, and I'm like, hey! And then just like laid it across the table. Just emptied it out across the table of the bar. Couldn't do it.
And then we went to the pizza place, and then after that, all he kept saying...
He had sriracha, like green sriracha in his pocket.
Ninja Turtle pizza.
He says, let me get 2 pies. Fuck it. They could be cold. It's fine. Brings him to the back of a pizzeria, and he's smoking with a bunch of other people, or just hanging out around. And then he walks outside the pizzeria and kicks down a newsstand in front of a bus stop and yells Ninja Turtle Pizza. Kicks it down with all the force in his body.
And then we drive from there to his...
With an individual laying across our laps. There were like 6 people in a car.
We drive to another place, and he sees this girl's car that he doesn't like. And he's like, I can't stand it. This girl always parks here. And he goes, anybody got to piss on this girl's car.
So you proceeded to piss on the door handle?
I did. No, I pissed on the tire. And then you pissed somewhere, too.
No, I pushed the cart around. I pushed you around in a cart. Shopping cart.
Well, after I took a piss, and he goes, someone have to take a shit? And our friend goes... Yeah, I have to take a shit.
Because this kid perpetually has to shit.
Yeah,
it happens on cue.
And as this kid jumps on this car, the hood bends, because he's a big kid, proceeds to shit on this woman's car. It was the nastiest thing I think I've ever had to deal with in my entire life.
No, I've definitely dealt with nastier, like when your sister doesn't flush her tampons, but outside of that... It was probably one of the more gross things I've experienced. She could definitely be listening to this. Hey, listen.
No. She might not know what YouTube
Public service announcement, ladies. Flush your tampons. It's horrific. And don't shit on hoods of cars. That's definitely...
That's not just for the ladies, though.
Yeah, ladies, don't shit on hoods of cars.
Because that's an epidemic.
And then the next day, the father of the fella who told the other fella to shit in the car...
It's really hard when we don't say names.
Scraped it off and cleaned it.
Yeah, it was
what a life.
Nuts.
Tell you, I don't care how much I love my son. I'm never scraping shit off a car if he asks me
I would make him eat it first.
No.
Literally.
Well, if there's money involved, we could do that, but it doesn't take much. Doesn't take much either.
Yeah, I know.
There have been bets that have been argued too.
All right, I got another first. First time you ever cried at a movie or television show that you can remember.
Homeward Bound.
Which one is that?
That's
the one with the dogs. Where
Michael J.
they
Fox.
Don't talk,
yeah,
they you hear their voices.
The scene where Michael J. Fox's dog gets stuck in the hole, and he has the porcupine thing stuck in him, and he can't get out.
Fox and the Hound.
Yeah. My niece just cried to that movie. She came in and like my sister-in-law was like, just saw her blab like crying and was like, "What's wrong?" And like it was just like she's like, I felt so bad for this little girl.
Goodness.
About you?
I think Elmo Saves Christmas.
Come on.
Well, never seen it, dude.
There's one part where like. It's like when I was 2.
Yeah.
And like
we're talking about Sesame Street Elmo.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I don't remember it, but my parents say like I used to watch it religiously every day. But the first time I watched it, like I didn't know that Elmo gets in all this trouble, so I got real upset for Elmo, started crying, and my mom was like, "Literally, just wait 5 minutes and it gets better." In the story. So
The Office made me cry once, like a TV
we had
show.
This discussion.
It's completely ridiculous.
We had this discussion earlier.
Can I give you some context?
Rudy is the only movie that a man's allowed to cry at.
Well,
false, Jack.
I was
not Jack.
Robin Williams. Come on, have a heart.
So anyway, I'm watching The Office, and this was the summer, like this was like deep into the summer, and I'm leaving to go to school, and like the whole episode is about Michael Scott leaving The Office, and there's a whole scene where him and Jim are saying goodbye to each other, because it's like a whole thing, and like Michael Scott starts crying, and I'm like just like thinking to myself like, wow, I'm leaving. So I start crying, and I'm like sitting there watching The Office. I'm like, am I actually crying? That's what made me cry.
Very touching, Michael.
It was.
How about what was the last time that you cried not at something like a death or something like that? So something like a TV show or a movie.
So something fictional.
Something just not of major importance. So like not the death of a family member or a friend or something, or something catastrophic. Just something like that other people would not have cried at.
Well, that's tough.
Stranger Things.
I can immediately think of which one it was.
What?
When Mariano Rivera died, Jesus.
He didn't die.
When he does die, I will cry, though.
OGFB exclusive. Mariano
died. When he retired, I didn't bawl, but I welled up only at the part where Jeter walked up and said, "Time to go," and Mo started crying, broke down and hugged Andy Pettitte. And, I grew up a Yankee fan watching these guys. Andy Pettitte was my favorite player. And, I think I texted our friend who's a big Yankee fan. Yeah. I was like, when he cried, I knew it was okay. And so, I did. I, welled up right then when he, broke. Because he broke down. He's been doing this forever. And the crazy thing is, Mariano Rivera debuted on my birthday. Not just, the day, the exact day I was born, he debuted.
Oh, wow.
And I was born probably around the time that he was coming into the game.
Wow.
So it's it was a very weird connection.
You cried at my graduation party.
Yeah, I did.
I cried too. I cried during my speech.
Because you made me.
Yeah.
That qualifies.
Yeah, that definitely qualifies. Yeah.
It was me and another friend of yours, a friend of ours now, fortunately enough, have become a duo of crying gentlemen.
You do love that kid.
Because of the kind words that you had to say about your brothers, or lack thereof, and then the kind words you had to say about your father and everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, forget about it. I was crying when your father spoke prior to you.
Really?
Jesus Christ, 100%.
We called you.
And then I was like, yes, due to my massive beard. Speech. And then you got up pretty willingly, not soon after we started yelling that.
Yeah,
which I kind of expected. Yeah. Oh my God.
I kind of wanted to make a speech before that.
Forget about it. I was a puddle. I was a massive puddle. I was like, I'm not gonna cry, and then I was like, nope, I'm gonna cry.
See, I'm a well of ideas right now. You can dip a bucket in me.
So throw one out there.
Come up and it will overflow.
So throw one out there.
And the people of the village will celebrate.
We could just talk about Yankees that have died. Mariano.
Yeah, Mariano. No, God almighty. I'll feel horrible if he does something happens.
We posted today.
He's almost a man of the cloth. He's a very faithful man, so it would be.
Is he really?
Yes, he
I
built
didn't
a church.
even know that.
He built a church.
Yeah, he did with some White Plains.
No.
Yep.
Which church in White Plains?
No,
I'm unsure.
No Rochelle.
It's in Westchester.
For all those people that are from Westchester.
Anyway, instead of things that have already happened, let's talk about some things that we think out of us three, not out of our entire group of friends, who will be the first to do certain things.
We've done this.
But we haven't done it here.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it with just us three.
First to get married.
Out of us three? Probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably me.
But would you get married?
I said Mike.
Would I get married? Certainly.
Would your significant other want to get married?
It's debatable.
It's debatable. We don't have to talk about it.
Like a politician.
No, it's debatable. Whether it be with me or somebody else, I don't know. I mean, I think that getting married and having a life partner is different. I mean, I don't necessarily have to get married. I could be with the same individual.
That's why I think Mike is going to get married first.
Why so?
Mike comes from a very traditional family. Look at his brothers.
Man.
They find the woman they love, they marry them, they have kids. It's just his family.
Yeah, Mike's a black sheep though.
Oh, I'm the black sheep.
It's not a bad thing.
No, I don't think he strays too far from the herd.
I think he's different.
In this regard.
I think he's
I think if he finds a woman that he loves, he's gonna.
Well, in that regard, yeah, but I think in a general sense, you certainly are the black sheep.
Like different
of your nuclear family, absolutely.
Nuclear. I hate when people say nuclear.
I said nuclear.
You said nuclear.
Anyway, nuclear, make it warm.
First person to move out of our hometown. Literally, gone. Not talking about school, not talking about...
I feel like all three of us have that desire.
Yeah, I know. I feel like Steve could do it first.
First one, I'd probably do it without a plan, but I'd do it.
I was going to say, I feel like Steve has the most mobility out of all of us. So he could do it.
He doesn't have that, hard... Yeah.
Next to my lack of education.
Well, I'm not saying
We're not saying that as a bad thing.
No. Not being tied down in the current moment of
but also what you want to do with your life kind of can take you anywhere. It can take you to another country. Whereas he wants to be an architect And yes, you can do that anywhere, but a great place to start is New York. I want to get into sports. A great place to start is New York. So we're kind of chained to
New York,
certain cities. You wanting to do humanitarian work can be done in so many places.
You can
move to Papua New Guinea for a year and do what you want to. You have that mobility.
Yeah.
That we don't.
It's just making the move. It's kind of tough when you think that you fall in love with somebody, and then that's the move. That's the first move. It's not a bad thing at all, but that's certainly something that my eyes on at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So that ties into the maybe marriage, maybe moving away. Depends. I mean, you could move away and head out to California.
Oh, that's the dream.
I think you could definitely do it first. You wouldn't let anybody stop it. I got I got the way that my emotionality and anatomy, whether those are words or not, work and they and they happen together. It's not gonna let it happen. My brain's gonna say one thing, my heart's gonna say another. So if I'm not involved with anybody, forget about it.
I feel like that's me too, though. I'm really close to my family. Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't want to be far from my family. My family would lose their minds.
Yeah.
First of all, my nuclear family, nuclear would lose their minds.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
I feel like
there's a difference, though.
My father would be extremely upset. Wouldn't say a word though.
Yeah,
like,
he'd be okay. He'd be okay.
Hey, babe, how you doing?
Yeah,
everything's all right. Yeah. Okay, I can move to Ann Arbor.
Yeah, but you're like an only child, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, my mother would hang herself.
Yeah.
She would.
That's what they got.
My father would too. This is the first birthday I'm home this past summer in 2 years. My father's completely immersed in heartwarming feelings.
He was like a pig in shit, dude.
Oh man, he loved it.
He was like a pig in shit.
Yeah.
See, like, I feel like my dad would be sad, but he wouldn't want me not to do it.
Yeah.
He
I don't think anyone's parents want them not to do it.
But he literally looked like we had the conversation, and he was like, "I want you to do what you have to do, like with yourself. Like, literally, I do not ever let anyone stop you. I don't care who it is." Which is great. Like, I love my father, so like, I think everything he says is a word of wisdom. But yeah,
Truth.
First one to have kids. Doesn't necessarily have to be the first one to get married. Some people get married, wait a while.
I'm gonna say Steven because I have nieces and nieces, and
I was gonna say new addition.
No, nephews. Hopefully soon. Your family of women. Good Lord.
Yeah, I have nieces, and I see them with kids, man, and I'm like, no, thank you. Really,
I'm in love with children.
I know you really like children.
True,
that's why I love children too. But I just that sounds so like someone could cut that.
Yeah, I think Mike will be the first to get married, but you would be the first to have kids. Like, I feel like you would get married and have kids quicker, where Mike would need like some pushing into it from a significant other.
Yeah.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's like, but the difference is now, and any significant other I might have, that's an agreement that needs to happen. And once again, I mean, I'm young enough to not know what's going to happen.
Come on, son. I see what you're doing.
Time-wise.
That's not loud.
Who knows? But if I were able to support a child today, I'd have a child. If I was able to like fully support a child, like if I had like a shitload of money, like sure I'd have a child.
So at the age of 21, if you were making 22, you were making good money,
I'd jump off the roof.
You would have a child right now.
I mean,
if you could.
Say like somebody were to like provide me with the option of like adopting a kid, let's just say hypothetically. Like, yeah, sure. Like if it
really,
I definitely don't think that I would like be wasting my time or that I would be missing out on anything.
Would you need some help? Because I couldn't do that.
In what way? Need some help? How?
Like, would you want like
help taking care of the kid?
Yeah,
to take care of a kid by yourself is a lot.
I mean, obviously, I would be with my significant other. It's depending upon
them.
It's joint.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like lightning round it, not lightning round it, but
we still got a good amount of time.
First one to die, and how?
Well, I don't want to do that.
Come on, make it fun. Don't fucking be
I feel like it'd probably be like
cancer 72.
It'd probably be like me because I fell down the stairs. Like literally.
Okay, how about this one?
Clumsily,
how do you think? What is the dumbest but possible way that each of us would end up going?
Me falling down the stairs.
I think it'd be ironic if you fell off a cliff.
Yeah. I think it'd be ironic if you like fell on your bike or something like that.
I think it'd be ironic if Mike fell from a very short distance and hurt himself, and wound up dying. Instead of because he's lived his whole life fearing what the heights could do to him. It's true. Not the heights, as in anyway.
The heights, no.
Although he probably fears what the heights could do to him too. But yeah, I think it would be really ironic if you just tripped over one step and that was it. I wouldn't laugh, but
I mean, I'd be dead.
R.I.P.
I feel like you would die from a broken baseball bat that got hit into the stands from a Yankee game. Literally.
There you go. I tell you what, spike your night.
After that, my family better get season tickets.
Season tickets? I won $1 million, dog.
Well, besides the money, I want season tickets.
Imagine that, bro.
But not in that seat where I died, because that'd be weird.
I knew a girl, my cousin's friend, got hit with a baseball bat at a Met game. And they gave her a basket. They gave her a basket. She got hit right in the chest.
They damn well better.
Yeah.
What do you mean a basket?
They gave her a basket of signed stuff.
I got hit with a golf club once, but that wasn't at a PGA event.
That's to prevent the sewage. Here, take our memorabilia. Don't sue us.
Just be careful.
Well, it's not. You can't sue because it says on the seats, bats and/or balls may come into the stands.
They just felt really.
It's a forewarning.
They just felt really bad.
But yeah, if you get hit, you always get a little something out of it.
It's like Jeter.
I'm about to try and get hit at a Yankee game, dog.
It's like Jeter when he.
You will be there.
Is it true when Jeter has sex with a woman, he gives them goodie bags?
Goodie bags, signed memorabilia, and tickets.
That's classy.
My man's house is so large, he can have 10 different women staying there. None of them would know that anyone else is there. He definitely has to ride a Segway around his home. Do yourselves a favor, for the 2 people that may be listening to this. Google Derek Jeter's home. It's in Florida. It looks like a hotel. It's not. That's a home. It's 6 stories. It's retarded. That's improper use of that word, and I apologize, but it's ridiculous.
Oh, you decided you can't do that.
I don't know what I'd do to that room, dude.
I'd be scared. Someone could break into your house and live there for 5 days. You wouldn't know.
What would you buy if you had all that money? First thing
you buy with $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
First thing I buy $1 million.
Because only $1 million. Only $1 million. Whoa.
A nice meal.
First world problems.
Dude, the nicest meal.
That's really the first thing you would
Absolutely, I would have to feed my hunger.
Oh, I know what I'd buy.
I'd pay off my debts.
Oh,
you wouldn't eat first?
That would be political.
That's not political.
You wouldn't eat first?
I'd buy off my car.
You wouldn't have a nice filet mignon first.
I'd buy the G-Wagon. Yes, boy.
No, I would not want a nice meal. Because I've had nice meals and I don't need to spend
Brewster's Millions?
Stupid money on it.
You ever see Brewster's Millions?
You don't gotta spend stupid money on it, dude. A nice filet mignon is $50. You got $1 million with $50.
You ever see Brewster's Millions? It's a movie with Richard Pryor where his uncle gives him money.
Yeah.
But in order to get the money, he has to spend $32 million in 24 hours or in a week. And he can't have any assets from the money. He has to spend it on stuff that is not, food. And he winds up running for mayor because that is not something material.
That's a cool concept. I've never heard of this movie.
So what about Brewster's Millions, except you get to keep stuff? So if somebody was here's $2 million, you have to spend it in 24 hours. What do you go to?
I would buy paintings, really expensive paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. It's not like Brewster's Millions where you're
I would try to fly to France.
You have to spend it in 48 hours.
I would try to fly to France and buy the Mona Lisa.
I guess that's kind of easy.
How much do you think the Mona Lisa costs?
Definitely more than whatever you got.
$2 million?
The Mona Lisa is not costing you $2 million. That's costing you the entire country of France.
Okay, what about a Van Gogh then?
Dependable.
Still a lot of money.
It's dependable.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I would want.
It's dependable.
I would fly across the country, find the most classic car. I could find the most rare classic car, make sure it works, of course, and drive it back across America.
You could literally buy 2 Bugattis.
No,
I'd
buy a classic vehicle.
No, I'm saying
Tell you right now,
you wanted to do that.
I was just in Maine recently, went to a museum that had harbored the vehicle that Henry Ford himself's son drove up to the top of a famous lookout point in Acadia by the name of Cadillac Mountain. The day that they cut the ribbon.
Ironic.
Yeah, that is so ironic.
Ford
drove to the top of Cadillac Mountain.
The day that they cut the ribbon to say, okay, this is now a road, scenic roadway.
He went up there to sabotage.
But the car was still there. The car had full,
he left it there?
Cartier back in the day created the hood ornament for
Isn't it
I think his name was Ansel. Forgive me if I'm butchering it, but it's Henry Ford's son's vehicle.
His name was Ansel.
Ansel.
Like Hansel?
But
without
Ansel.
the H.
Without the H.
Yeah, that is my presumption. I'm pretty sure I'm
Such a
correct.
weird
If not,
name.
I know his last name was Ford and he was the son of Henry.
What's your dream car, since we're on the topic of cars?
Definitely not a Bugatti.
What's that?
Man, my dream car is a tough one.
Chevelle.
I want to say Mustang,
Chevelle.
but with our
American
history
muscle.
of friends, I don't really want to say that because people are
It'd be
too.
giving it.
Yeah, it'd be too. People are
The
too
car
obsessed.
the car that I want is like a G-Wagon. That's like
That's
the car
your.
that
That's
I,
your. Like,
not a dream car, but like that's a car that I would really want, or like a nice Cadillac, like a CTS.
I don't even.
That's
like
gorgeous.
It. No, I want like an old car, like the
Still
car.
want
Do you ever
an old
watch
car.
Supernatural? Like the car that they drive in that. What is that car?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it is though.
I can look it up.
I
real
think it-
quick.
I think
67.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I'd go for a GTO Judge. That's money. That's gorgeous.
That's cool.
I think it's Chevelle. It'd be tough.
That's a Chevelle, huh? Chevy Impala, 1967 Chevy
I
Impala.
was right about the
Completely
year.
outrageous
Like that.
because the Impalas now are dusty.
They're not even.
They're nice,
They
but they're
want
not
dusty
like.
trick.
Nah.
They're not like what I mean.
I love how this has become this is now Gearheads podcast.
Gearheads.
Even though we know nothing about cars.
Our podcast is going to be like the new episode of Top Gear. We just review it. Every new episode we review the Top Gear.
If you had to fight one, which one would you pick, a lion or a bear?
A bear.
No, lion.
You would fight the lion.
I fight the lion, absolutely.
Why?
Because I'd have the opportunity to. Because I feel like a lion, there's so much more ability to. If you have a weapon.
No weapons.
No,
Bare hand fist fight.
Bear
A lion.
paws.
A lion. 100% a lion.
You think you can?
You
could last.
would die
longer-
either way, but I
you think you could last longer with a lion?
Yes.
I think
Truthfully.
I think I would go lion as well.
Because
think so.
Bears are bigger. Like a full-grown grizzly.
bears
They're
are
slower, though.
They have a lot more
A
mass.
grizzly bear can
35
run
miles an hour.
35 miles an hour.
Can they really?
Yes.
They're
At a
savages
burst,
in these
absolutely.
streets.
No
And
way.
a lion? Are we talking about a lioness or a lion?
Full-grown lion.
Well,
Simba
female or
status.
male?
And
Because females do the hunting, so females are faster.
Yes, but-
Males are lazy.
Males still can. They're lying.
Males or females?
I would say male because they're fearsome.
They're fiercer, man.
Okay,
They
male.
scare me.
But I would still choose a male.
I would still
Lion.
pick the lion.
I feel like their claws are
The
sharper.
lion just weighs less.
I don't know. I felt like
A
it was
bear-
really. It looked
Everybody
really easy for
underestimates-
If a
Leo
bear
to
punch
check
you,
on that bear.
if a
No.
bear punched you in the head, he'd take your head clean off your body.
You play
Yeah,
dead.
but they don't
Not even a
punch.
question. You know how big a paw is? A bear paw.
They used to play tennis with them.
They usually-
That's another story for another podcast.
Yeah. But the claws on the lion, I think, are sharper. But even still, bears more.
The
dangerous.
power behind a bear's paw is outrageous.
I guess. All right. Yeah.
Would you rather?
So this has gone from your first to would you rather.
I'm just bouncing things out there, dog. I don't know if you can come up with something.
No, it's fine. This is good conversation. You look like you're about to pass out.
Yeah, I'm on my way because we're in the middle of midnight.
We're burning.
Mid-morning madness.
We're definitely
You're full
burning
of those
them, man.
old people sayings. that
That's
are
my life, dude.
unbelievable.
What did I say the other day?
One of my professors says this thing that I love. He'd be like, he was asking this girl in class. He's like, "Are you related to the blah 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 former mayor in New York?" She's like, "Nope." She's like, "I'm just normal family from Queens." He was like, "Well, that and 275 will get you a ride on the subway." I was like, "Wow, that's tremendous."
When I say something that's absolutely nonsensical, my father will say, "What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?"
That's awesome.
Like,
That is-
I'm really unsure like what
that's
that means.
literally my favorite thing
My
so
teacher
far.
always used to say, soup to nuts, make sure you got all your ducks lined up. I was like, I never heard that before either.
I said something the other day that I know that you would have been like,
Oh my
come on,
God.
son.
You come out with like the G's Louise and like
Dude.
all this crazy.
We were
Shout out to the classics.
we were in the car and it was me and my family and like everyone something happened, some car like almost hit us and everyone's like, fuck, shit, whatever. And my cousin in the back, she's older than me, and she was like, shoot. Like, that's all she could muster up.
Like,
She was
what's
like,
his name in,
shoot.
when they're cursing and in the Hangover.
Yeah. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, just like
but
that.
she was just like, shoot. And I was like, you're like a little baby. Like,
I've been saying goodness Lord often.
Goodness Lord. And slapping your forehead at the same time.
Yeah, my knee.
I've never seen someone slap their head so much in my entire life.
Listen, when you get a bright idea, happens often.
Does it?
What, you want to make yourself dumber so you never have another one? So you punch yourself in the head?
No, man. It's like a fit of rage of how intelligent I might be.
I think that's what made you buy those goggles or whatever, those sunglasses that you had in me.
Yeah, they're the best.
No, they're not.
Like a prospector. They're great.
They look like the prospector. We're running. We're having a deep time. I mean, we got some final thoughts out, some things if you guys want to talk about.
Let's talk about some current events.
Oh, yeah.
What do you...
Rob Lowe roast? Good Lord.
I heard that was funny.
Rob Lowe roast turned into the Anna, forget her last name, Republican supporter of
Oh,
Mr.
man,
Donald
I heard
Trump.
she got torn up.
She got torn up. Due to
I
her,
watched the
due to
video.
her
She
support
got torn up.
of her decision of the party that's leading right now completely got obliterated.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like a Rob Lowe roast. Like everybody was
I heard
complimenting his
Peyton
handsomeness.
got some roast too.
Peyton came in.
Peyton got a little char.
Yeah, well, he came in with the fire too.
Oh, yeah?
He actually did. It was crazy.
Peyton's a smart
They
guy.
said
He's a
if
smart guy.
if Anna is here, I wonder who's out in the middle of the field scaring all the crows. Unbelievable.
I guess we're on a video game channel, so I was going to throw out some video game news that is out there.
The friggin' Battlefield 1 open beta closed today.
Yeah.
I went
Oh,
to
it
play it. I was
closed?
real pissed off.
Damn. Well, No Man's Sky came out. It's gotten not really good reviews. I liked it. I thought it was fun, but I haven't played it since then. But
You were so hype on it for so long.
I was so hype. It's still fun. Like, it's a cool experience.
Pokemon Go is taking a low.
It has been taking a low.
Oh, thank Christ.
But you know what? I heard
Lowing.
it was like a couple months. Like they released it in Japan like a month, 2 months ago, something like that.
Oh, I saw videos of people fighting in the streets.
Fighting in the streets. Not only that, it got like 5 million downloads within 2 hours.
That's like a Taylor Swift.
It wasn't released in
selling
Japan?
It was not. They released it in America first, then Japan. People in Japan were going crazy.
out. Man, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
going
it's
crazy.
a game of like
adventuring. It's adventuring.
right, but isn't it of an anime sort of
Well, it's the origin.
style, and it's the origin of
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Asian culture though. Like
Well, Pokemon started in Asia, yeah, of course.
right.
It was Pocket Monsters first.
what's
Hence
that?
Pokemon.
Pocket
Pocket
Monsters.
Wow, check
And,
that
like,
out. I didn't know that.
And I saw the whole history about it. There's these like vending machines in Japan, like remember when you used to go to like the grocery store, like the A&P, and they used to
quarters
put
in,
quarters in
the
it.
little thing.
These things, they still have it to this day. When I was in Japan, I bought a ton of them. It was you turn it and it came out in this ball, and it was like a ball with like a Easter egg almost, but it was a perfect sphere, and it had monsters in it. So this guy, he was just like put two and two together. He's like, what if you had like a ball to catch monsters like that? And he's like, and you put them in your pocket. So they called it Pocket Monsters. But in America, for some reason, they were like, I don't know why. I don't want to.
Well,
I don't even know. They just want to.
I think it becomes more like
Exotic?
nouveau and like
Exotic?
like Pokemon. Like
But-
it sounds like, as horrible as it sounds like stereotypical, like Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
it makes you.
But I feel
think
like
it's crazy new.
I feel like if it was named Pocket Monsters, I'd still be like, wow, that still sounds dope.
It also
Wouldn't be as
doesn't roll off the tongue.
good though. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Pokemon is like.
But yeah, no. So Pokemon goes on a lull. But yeah, I mean, like that's pretty much current, like for video games and stuff.
Madden's real fun.
Madden, I heard
I
is
have
great. Yeah,
It's always
FIFA
fun.
comes out
Mr.
soon.
Conor McGregor is going to be in the new Call of Duty, which is pretty dope.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Stop! I
He was
didn't even hear
performing. I
that.
saw on his Instagram he was performing the body movements. He was in the suit that they set
Really?
you up in that has all the sensors on it. Yeah, he's the first UFC fighter to ever be in a video game.
That's awesome.
I guess that isn't UFC, so he was pretty excited about
Speaking
that.
of UFC, tomorrow night's UFC 203, CM Punk's first fight. Guy's
Oh yeah,
40 years old. No, 40. Not 40.
I could probably
He's in
take him
his
down.
30s.
yeah.
I taught him.
No,
Oh, you told him, yeah.
I taught him.
I'm excited for that.
Captain America comes out on Blu-ray in a couple days actually, which is gonna be dope. I'm buying the box set of all 3 movies. I'm gonna have it. It's gonna be dope.
Kanye West had an amazing concert at Madison Square Garden.
That is what they say.
Looked unreal.
Yeah, the stage lifted
people
above
were under
the audience.
The stage.
Yeah,
that could have been a hazard on the march, my friend.
That could. You think Valley could have killed a ton of people?
Well, yeah, but they probably put so much weight on that to test it.
Like when Miguel neck cracked that woman a couple years ago. Good Jesus.
Who?
When he jumped the stage, Miguel at that concert, and just straight up was like X-Pac and WWE back in the day.
Curb
Rough
stomp.
Rider this guy. Not even a curb stomp. It was straight crotch to face.
No.
And, like,
Miguel, if you're
head
listening
snapped.
to this, I hope that you fix your ways, man.
Is she
Don't be
dead?
crunching ladies' heads.
No, she's not dead. She was hyped.
No,
'cause
she
just got
definitely
straight
had a
Miguel
neck
crotch to the
sprain,
face.
though. I remember seeing that she had this whole business
Wow.
around her neck.
But she was hyped.
Because
She wasn't
100%.
hyped.
I mean, I wouldn't.
He went to jump the crowd, and he shorted it, fell on his ass, and straight up crotch face this girl.
Wow.
And like her neck snapped back.
Thank God she was there because I'm pretty sure her back like saved the fall because that kind of almost walked on her.
Unbelievable.
Damn.
Unbelievable stuff.
Well, now we got Miguel. Let's end it on that high note.
Well, let's end it on.
Or you want to keep going?
Food for thought.
Okay.
So each one of us.
For the next podcast.
Each one of us kind of like bring up a topic for whoever's listening to think about. Something stupid, like something we've been talking about. Would you rather fight a lion or a bear, something like that? So
yeah,
whoever comes up with one first can pick.
Do you have one in your mind?
No, I don't have one. I came up with a topic that's about as far as I can, or like the concept that's about as far as I can.
If you could get punched in the face by Hulk or Superman, which one would you pick?
That is tough.
Hmm.
Hulk's got a bigger fist, but Superman might be stronger.
You might get turned to paste either way, but who would?
Well, let's not talk about it. That's food for thought. Steve, what's your topic?
Well,
you don't
on that
answer.
note, I'm pretty sure that
you got to pick a topic for them to think about.
Yeah, because I'm drawing a blank right now. Due to the morning,
I have
midnight madness. My tired eyes are getting heavy.
Yeah, we could tell. We could see you. You can't see him.
Hey,
He's falling asleep.
You have to choose one method to go around the world, literally like circumvent the globe, either by horseback or by hot air balloon.
Horseback. I can't go in the sky.
So
Anyway,
there's food for thought for you.
All right.
You got to try and find a way to create life-size ants to live in a home the size of yours.
How would you do it?
Yeah. How
What
would
do you
do
mean?
that?
That's like defying the laws of physics. That's not even.
That's like
food for
Ant-Man
thought.
stuff.
Hey man, who knows? We can make 3D Doritos.
Those are 3D. Everything's 3D.
What are you talking about?
No, as in like, excuse me, print. You could print Doritos.
Can you print Doritos?
You can print anything.
I don't think you
They
can 3D.
printed food.
I don't think you can 3D.
They printed like Thanksgiving dinners.
By the way, we had to turn off the air conditioner to record this, and I'm sweating.
Really? I'm not good. I'm chilling.
And Steve is sweating.
Steve always sweats.
I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
And
All right. Well,
due to my sleepiness.
We're ending it tonight.
Fellas, ladies, germs, and
fellas, ladies, germs.
Yeah.
This is the Ogfb podcast.
The first of
many.
Hopefully.
I mean, this went pretty well. So.
Yeah, I don't think we're the ones that decide that.
Well, I mean, I think this was a pretty cool conversation.
The earliest of morning madness is at 2:34 to be exact. We'll see how many of these we could pump out at this hour.
I think we could make more of these than we could of videos, because this is just easier to sit around and BS.
Yeah. All right. That's it, everyone. Good night.
Sleep well, dearesses.
Sleep well, even though you might be listening to this in the morning.
We're gonna
We're gonna sleep well. All right. Peace.